Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing the topic that is investment. And in investment basically, the American group basically is telling that basically we have done the error basically. So one of the person told that the space center, one of the space group basically told Sunil have basically yeah after this video basically the USA basically might have taken lots of decisions basically. So in this basically it might possible that they might have damaged your body parts also. So do you feel basically anything, any body parts has damage? Yes, basically Sunil Arnett also, yes, basically my body parts are damaged basically. My hand basically little bit damaged. My leg basically has damaged. My head little bit has a damage. I get sometime pain in my head. Then basically my eye got damaged. So one of the person told the how basically they are doing this here. Sunil Arnett basically asked the space group basically. So space group told that basically if America says feels that basically some group basically are creating problem in USA, this is not actually creating problem, no, basically this is actually the error basically which they have done. That error basically we are trying to solve out. So in that basically the space center group told that basically they have a habit basically of firing the people basically. So you have found the error, so they basically will fire you basically. So one of the person basically Sunil Arnett told that how basically they can do this basically. So his satellite group basically the space center group told that do you know basically Sunil, in this world basically assume that basically in India basically there are around 150 crore people. Do you know that basically the oxygen data basically which they are going to take in 24 hours basically, the data basically which they are going to take, that data basically are dumped in one computer basically. That basically is in USA basically. So Sunil R. Nair basically was shocked by this answer given by the space group basically, that they told that basically the oxygen which the Sunil R. Nair basically is taking in 24 hours, that is dumped in one computer basically, and they are basically sending every hours basically. So in that basically when you are sleeping basically that time they have sent you hand damage data, leg damage data, because they might have damage, that means they have saw your video basically. Then see they are basically security group basically, that is the FBI group basically, they might have saw your video basically. That is 100% sure basically. If your body parts are damaged, but they basically do like this way only basically. So Sunil R. Nair basically was shocked basically by this answer given by space group. So FBI group basically, how basically they damaged Sunil R. Nair head, leg, each and every body parts without Indian group permission basically. So they told that basically they have basically, sorry, the space center group told that basically they have many software companies basically in India basically, in Vadodara city basically, they are doing task of USA basically. So if they want to damage anyone's head, they basically tell this company basically, and they share the data basically, that this is the night oxygen data basically which he is going to take. So dump this data into that oxygen data and damage his head. So Sunil Arnar was shocked basically. In this basically that means you want to say that basically the BJP government is involved in damaging head and damaging leg. So Space Center Group told that yes, basically they are also, BJP government is directly involved in this basically. So that was shocking basically answer given by Space Center Group basically. So one of the person told that they are going up to this level basically, the cheap level basically Americans are going. So one of the person told that the country basically which Americans are firing, they also basically might have found some error basically. In that error basically they started firing that country only basically. So one of the person told that that is very bad habit. So because if somebody is finding some error, that means this text box equal to 1,000 cities, which was error basically, that is going to damage the body parts of the space center and universe group basically. So that basically that was found by Sunil R. Nair. So that was basically problem basically. The USA faced the problem. So space center group told that that means basically the USA want to finish universe basically, space center basically. Space center people basically, they want to finish space center people basically. That also basically Sunil Nair told. So this was basically shocking basically. That means the software companies in Vadodara city, they are basically connected with American group basically, and they are basically damaging. So they basically are very safely playing basically. They are telling that basically we are not doing basically. They are your software company basically who are in Vadodara city. They are doing basically. So that was shocking basically, yeah. But one person basically asked the question, who was basically the legal department. He told that basically to damage anybody body's parts basically you have to take the permission of police, you have to take the permission of high courts, you have to take the permission of Supreme Court. Then how they are doing this basically? So that is also question basically. How basically the software company basically got this much authority by the Supreme Court, High Courts, and the police department. So one person told that there are basically cyber group basically created, cyber department, cyber law basically are there. In that basically they have tracked you and they are basically damaging your each and every body parts basically. So that was also shocking basically. So here basically the software company told that basically we are basically taking the approval, then only basically we are doing. So they are also playing safely basically. So that means the idea was given by American group basically. So here which group basically came? Legal department basically. So legal department told that basically we have given the authority to software company basically you can break his head, you can break his leg, you can break his, you can damage his leg, you can damage his eye. So like this basically they damaged your each and every body parts. Why? Because they have, you have told wrong thing to USA government, related to USA government. So one of the person told that if you tell anything wrong to the USA government, that means they fires you basically. So the example, best example you know basically, live example you saw basically. So the space center group told that, yes, yes basically that was live example basically. They basically literally damaged my leg. So now basically the things has converted into war basically. This group basically are planning to damage each and every body parts, and slowly basically American group basically are going to kill Sunil Nair with the help of BJP government basically. So one of the person told that, yeah, that means they are going very bad level basically. So if you found any error basically, this Pune group has basically done nothing basically. This American group basically see basically up to what level these groups are going to. They had not damaged Sunil Nair leg, head, eye. They have not damaged basically. They have not done anything basically. So one of the person was the final approval basically was with USA government. So they have damaged, but final approval of damaging basically was done by USA government basically. You found error basically in Pune, so they basically tracked you. So from Pune basically they are tracking you basically. USA government basically are tracking you from Pune basically. So from there basically they are starting damaging your head, leg, eye. So one of the person told that that means the software company basically who are in Vadodara city, they are also involved in this. That is 100% sure, na basically. In this basically without government permission basically you can't damage anybody's body parts. So government is also involved. That is Chief Minister basically of Gujarat. So that was also shocking basically. So for money basically they are going up to this level basically. So one day basically one of the person told that they might kill you also basically. Up to that level basically the American governments are basically. So one of the space center told that basically we are also basically passing power supply daily to Earth planet. So you just give me the list of damaged parts basically which was damaged by American government and the software companies basically who are in Vadodara city. Just give the list of that body parts basically which was damaged by this entire group basically. In this basically the BJP group basically has and the police department basically has played most important role basically. So Sunil Arna told that basically I will give you basically the list soon basically next video basically which all body parts basically was damaged and how basically they damaged and what was that oxygen power supply of the 24 hours basically in that basically they damaged and how basically the Indian government basically given the permission also with legally basically. So that is basically and in this basically Naukri basically was the main task basically. So in next video basically we are going to see.